Hi guys, Aurora here. I'm making this video because of course I watched the Barcelona tests and there are so many interesting things to talk about. Starting with the technical masterpiece by Adrian Newey and his Aston Martin AMR 26. Make sure you watch this video until the end because I'm gonna tell you something really interesting. Formula 1 experts had predicted that many teams would struggle with reliability issues and spend a lot of time in the garages, but instead only Audi had a few problems which were quickly resolved, and to a small extent Aston Martin's Honda engine. This was supposed to be private, closed-door tests, but the truth is that even if the doors were closed, the window were totally left open. The official Formula 1 account share a huge number of photos, and we also know the official lap times. Lewis Hamilton was the fastest driver over those 5 days, and this is very good news both for Ferrari and for the driver. However, Mercedes and McLaren are very close to each other. But we must remember the most important thing. These are just tests. We're gonna find out the real performance in the last 2 days in Bahrain, when everyone starts pushing more. Even if for the final confirmation we'll have to wait until the Q3 in Melbourne. That said, the car that impressed the most is, we no doubt, Adrian Newey's Aston Martin. Guys, just look at how beautiful this photo is, with Fernando Alonso and Adrian Newey looking closely at each other, hoping that this will be finally the right here. The things that surprised me the most is the rear suspension geometry, with the upper wishbone connected directly to the rear wind support pylon. It's the only Formula 1 car to feature this solution, guys. Another very strange element is the huge cooling outlet you can clearly see in this photo, which is used to vent the hot air from the Honda power unit. And here, guys, I want to be honest with you, I have some doubts. My question is this the way to hide the bodywork design of the car, or could the engine have a cooling issues? In my opinion, both theories are true. During winter break, it was often said that the Honda engine would be very strong on the electrical side, but perhaps not as advanced in terms of internal combustion engine. Of course, only a few people know the real truth. And as I said, we have to wait for Bahrain. However, the real problem for Aston Martin is that the Honda engine is developed only on the Adrian Newey's car. There are no customer teams. Meanwhile, Mercedes has 4 teams: Ferrari 3 and Red Bull Ford 2. You can clearly see that the others have an advantage in terms of development pace, and Aston Martin will have to work very hard to recover the lost time. Audi is in the same situation as Aston Martin when it comes to the power unit. They haven't customer teams, so it will be very difficult for them as well. From an aerodynamic point of view, we know that some cars could change shape. In fact, many teams said that in Barcelona they would focus on testing the power unit, while in Bahrain they would bring some updates. It is said that Ferrari could introduce a B version of the SF26, and the same applies to Mercedes. Visually, these two cars look much simpler and cleaner than the Aston Martin, but doesn't mean they are slow. By analyzing telemetry data from long runs, it said that Ferrari was almost as fast as Mercedes, and the source of this information is Roberto Chinchero from Sky Sport Italy. We know that teams tend to hide their true performance during testing to avoid showing the real performance of the car to the other competitors. But we also know that if the goal was to test the power units, they pushed the engines while running with more fuel on board to stay hidden. A few days ago, Ted Kravitz and Craig Slater from Sky Sport UK published a team ranking after Barcelona. They said the source of this ranking was technicians and engineers working in Formula 1 who spoke directly with them. so the quality of this information is very, very high. Obviously, we can be sure that this ranking will be the same that we will see in Bahrain, but teams analyze each other very closely. And even if lap times don't matter much to us, the teams have many tools to understand what their rivals are doing. So guys, we are at the end of this video, and I hope you to see in the next video. Bye.